Okay, welcome to Game 6 of the Winter Matchplay between Ahmed Khan, who's currently in 8th place with a 3-2 record, and Rafal Dominiczak, who's in 2nd place with a 4-1 record. Hopefully we'll have a good game. I'm Colin Northmore, based in the northeast of England, and recently having enjoyed my first World Scrabble Championship experience. Until a game, Ahmed starts with DTIERR and one more tile, an I. And Ahmed has Dirtier, which he probably will see him play pretty quickly. I've heard he's declared 68, so he has seen it and played it. It could have been scored for 2 more points from D8 with D on the double letter. I can't see I can't see any huge reason why it wasn't played on that, but I'm talking 2 points. So Ahmed is 68-0 up. Rafa has got LOBOTAU. Nothing's jumping out at me at this second. Such as about above the I, which is pretty awful. Lobtail. About is playable from on horizontally on top of Dirtier on top of a D, which would score 24 points, keeping LO. It's sort of best of a bad rack, really. If there was one different letter, I think lobulate would be good. So we'd be wanting a second L instead of a second O. So about values 5 points above any other move. So it's just playing OU. That's 7H. So that would be above the I of Dirtier. The first I. Toolbar is another recommendation, which may be nice in other circumstance if it can be playable as a bonus, or bail out through an I. But Rafa hasn't been blessed with a very good rack at the moment. Another suggestion is Buroo, BUROO, which I've got a feeling is a dole office in Australia. Rafa's taking his time over this rack to make sure he doesn't miss anything. I won't say anything obvious because there is nothing obvious with this rack. He may be looking at outwards, O-U-T. So he's got B-O-A-L besides out on this rack. He might be toying with out bloat, but that doesn't really make any sense, so hopefully he won't try it. Rafa has spotted the best move about, but it's still 44 points behind Ahmed. Ahmed's got a sort of nearly rack DGRRMAE. Rafa's taken out most of the floaters for an 8-letter word to be playable. The only floater that Rafa has kept open for Ahmed is an R, which isn't very helpful for Ahmed because he's already got 2 R's. The best points would be if there was a double word through the TI. So Ahmed should spend a little while seeing if there's anything there. I do spot these fairly often, but it's looking a bit trickier, this one. I don't think greatier is a word, and it wouldn't extend to the double in any case. If Ahmed had a T, it would be like attired to wear something. Quackle spotted a brilliant double ragtimer, which isn't easy to spot, but has a valuation of 14 more than any other play. Ahmed's play of Gram, GRAM, is the 4th most highly rated by Quackle. So Ahmed extends his lead to 59 points with a strongish rack leave of RED. Picking up sort of half reasonably, but a bit clunky. So Rafa has PYVEEOL. So if you shout too much, do you over yelp? I don't think so. Which will be playable through one of the 2 R's, but I'm sure that would come off if it was attempted to play. So ideally, Rafa would like to play off the V, Y, and one of the E's if he can't a bonus, and a bonus looks very unlikely. Playing off the YV could be which would be feasible through the R of Gram. YEVE is good in made, but that wouldn't be good points. The best play is one I don't know, Ploverly. Rafa's played Pogey, which is pretty decent. Scores 30 points and narrows the gap to 29. I'm not sure if Pogey is either a slang term for prison or that may be pokey, or it could be a slang word for being on the dole on unemployment benefit. So Ahmed has WYRESTD. So Ahmed's only got 1 vowel, and I've just been told Rafa's just overdrew, and Ahmed's turned over and put back a E. After handling the overdrawn, Ahmed's played quite quickly, playing DEW until the Y for Dewey, which scores quite well, 6, 7, 11, 33, it looks like. And Ahmed's been rewarded picking up a blank, but otherwise all consonants. So Rafa's is 62 points behind with an unpromising rack of HULLEHV. potentially Rafa may decide to change it because it's pretty awful. I don't know if it's a valid word, but Huller, Huller. Well, if it's right, it means to maybe shell nuts, but it may not be a word. Yeah, it was good, and it's an agricultural machine for removing the hulls from grain. Rafa's played HUH, which is a decent move, scoring 27 by the looks of it, keeping LLEV. Ahmed's got, I don't know if it's good, it may well be. Through the E, it would be restyler, someone who styles again. There would be every chance that it would be good. No, it's one of them plausible words, which is actually no good. If you had a good styler, they wouldn't need to restyle your hair. So Ahmed hasn't got any vowels, but he's got the wire quasi-vowel, as they say. Maybe something like rutty, if it's good through the UT of about, rather than changing. TRY is shown as the best place at B4, going vertically, making TUP or HO. So Ahmed just played an R, making ER, giving a hook for either himself or Rafa, who's got the first chance at it. Rafa has LEVLIER. I don't know if deviler is good. Devil is like seasoning food. And it's eviler there, what he's got. But with a D, it's riveled, RIVELLED. So eviler is played, and it's played on 2, making ERR from the hook that Ahmed has just set up. So Rafa gets an extra 5 points for the challenge and goes into a 35-point lead. Ahmed still got no vowels. He only played one letter off and picked up an N. But potentially may have I see he's got sternly. I'm not sure if that's playable. And we'll be looking for a 8-letter word through the E of dewy. Obviously, you can't add an S onto. He may have had an S to dirtier, for dirtier meaning somebody who dirties something. I think there's a decent chance of that, so they'd be sternly going down from it. No, dirty only means some more filthy than something else. It doesn't describe a person who dirties. So that option's gone out the window. So Jessica's got a camera and we can see the players here, but we're back to the screen. And I had spotted Sternly as a 7, although it would not appear to be playable. The other 7 is I full of blank, making nitrils. And the only 8 through the E would be tinsellery, but that doesn't fit. The best move according to Quackle was Tyler. Ahmed's tried N-Styler, which is definitely coming off. Top player according to Quackle was Tyler, T-Y-L through the E of Dewey R, making T-H-O for, I believe it was 23 points. So Rafal's got a 35-point lead, and he's got full knowledge of what Ahmed's tiles are. So he may have another look to see that there's nothing actually playable, which Ahmed may try on a second occasion. And Rafa will be ensuring that he doesn't give a spot where Ahmed can score highly the next move. So potentially Rafa may just play ZEE on the or Zoea. It doesn't give Rafali best rack leave, but he's scoring quite well, and he's not giving Ahmed any openings. He seems to have declared 36 or 33. Rafa's taking the opportunity to use one more vowel, playing Zoe A, even though the E is quite useful. Rafa doesn't want to have too many vowels, so he's got a rack leave of F-I-I rather than F-I-I-E. Maybe Rafa's hoping to pick up the second blank. He knows Ahmed has got the first blank. So it's Ahmed's turn, and Rafa has a 71-point lead. There's no high plays on offer, and Ahmed has quickly played YN after the W for, I believe it was 24 points. So Rafa has a 189 to 142, 47-point lead. Ahmed's got a rack leave of RTSL blank and will be hoping desperately to pick up a vowel. I'm being told that Ahmed's overdrawn as well now, as both players have. And Rafa's turned over FEM and he's put the E back. So Ahmed did draw a vowel and he's lost it as quickly. Although, obviously we don't know if Ahmed had only picked 2 tiles, whether the E would have been one of them. So Rafa knows Ahmed's rack again, because after Ahmed phoned before, Rafa knew all his tiles. Then Ahmed's played YN off and picked FM up after the overdraw. So again, Rafa's at a distinct advantage from having knowledge of Ahmed's rack. Anyway, Rafa has a rack of FIIJGAT. So JIG is the simple word, if there's space for it. JAG and GUP on the top left is the top play and is played, and keeps the board tight to frustrate Ahmed further. So Rafa has an 80-point lead, and Ahmed has 6 consonants and the blank. Ahmed decides it's time to have a big tile turnover, so he plays flirts with a blank for the I for 30 points, just keeping an M. So Rafa has a 50-point lead with a rack of FIX, fix, COIT. Fix is playable on the E of Eviler to make fix and EX, which would be 35 points. It would keep the board relatively tight, and Rafa has got an O, which could be hooked under the EX his next turn. Rafa obviously doesn't know what Ahmed's got, but Ahmed hasn't got a pretty rack. Rafa's made his play, he's declared his score. We'll see what it is in a second. Yes, my suggestion of fix was the best move. Has scored quite well, 35 points. Given Rafa a rack leave of COIT, which is quite reasonable. And he picks up TA blank, which is very nice. It's if they're playable, it's either ricotta or citator, and there's every chance that they're so from the R of flirts, there's ricottas when it is Rafa's go, but it's Ahmed's go. He's 85 points behind. He's got a rack of MEIV. He's played pretty quickly. He's played winner onto an R, and I expect to see Rafa play ricottas pretty quickly from the R of flirts, unless he sees something even better. So the 2 bonuses with a blancos and R are citator or ricotta. None of them fit nicely under the EX, which would be the most points. There might be other words. Seems that Rafa has seen ricotta, but taking his time to make his final decision. There's quite a few bingos playable, but some of them are beyond my my word knowledge. From the S in the bottom left-hand corner, stomatic and staccato. I don't know those. Amitotic. Again, I don't know that. I know amniotic. Citation through the eye of winner. And a little lower down, though still a good play, ricottas from the art of flirts. Citations valued at 12 points, higher than ricottas, which seems a bit odd because it's putting the N in triple lane, and I wouldn't think Rafal would like to give Ahmed that opportunity. Rafa has got a very, very wide-ranging Scrabble word knowledge, so it's possible that Rafa may know the two highest rated plays of stomatic or staccato. Staccato being a higher play because it has the C valued at 3 points doubled before trips in the whole word. If Rafa does play ricotta, apparently he's got a 98.74% chance of winning the game. And both blanks have gone, and there are 3 S's left. And got a shot of Rafa deep in thought, deciding what to do. I think Rafa's had a good Scrabble year. His rating's up to 181, which is a pretty decent rating. It's sort of Grandmaster level, which is 5 points higher than my measly 176 rating. I believe Ahmed's rated something around the 161, 162 mark. After much thinking, Rafa does play ricottas and takes a 135 point lead. Ahmed's got a bit of an awkward rack, MVQIOUE. Simple play, but leaving a bit of a headache would be just QI to the left of winner for 46 points, which may well be the move. But it would leave MOUVE, which isn't disastrous, but isn't desirable either. Rafa's seen what the tile gods have offered him after playing a bonus, and he has got GAK, which I believe is slang for some kind of drug, plus soda. So he's got a drug and soda water on his rack. Ahmed's best play is shown as being QI, and he's played rather quickly to get within 89 points of Rafa. Rafa's played rather quickly, playing a sort of blocky move of KOS. Nothing goes before it. The triple's been taken out by nothing going after QIS, although potentially a three-letter word in the top right-hand corner may score a fair few points. So Rafa's got a 120-point lead. Sounds like Ahmed has played straight away with a tricky record of MVDOUES. VOU in the top corner was the highest move. I think I heard Ahmed declared 29 points, but Quackle saying it's 30. Ahmed's got a decent DUMS lead, picking up PTO, which is quite awkward. Rafa has a 90-point lead now, 358 to 268, with a challenging rack of GADACNN. The board's very restricted. The only sort of potential bonus lanes are above and below the AS of Cotters, and from the S of Flirts in the bottom left-hand corner of the board. And it's not really in Rafa's interest to open any more lanes, seeing as it's got a considerable lead at the moment. The top play available was very nice. It was playing through the B and I in the centre of the board and the other eye of Eviler, making abiding and GRAMA, which hats off if anybody saw that. Rafa's blocked the first lane above Rikotizov with NAAN, like a naan bread, under Eviler for, I believe he declared 13 points. So the only bingo lanes really now are at the very bottom of the board, either under Ricottas or from the S of Flirts. And Ahmed has got a 108-point deficit with 10 tiles in the bag. The top move is at 12k of dump, making end to open the board in the bottom right-hand corner, giving a second bonus opening, and Ahmed has got the S to pluralise it. Ahmed's played UT at the top, making HOUT, so it does nothing to further open the board to further Ahmed's cause. He has an 88-point deficit, and Rafa has encaged on his rack, which would appear not to be playable. It doesn't quite fit under Ricottas or just above it, and they're the only lanes. There's no 8 beginning with the S from Flirts. So I guess Rafa will be happy that Ahmed isn't bothered about opening the board up further, so I do not think that Rafa will do the same himself, or open it up himself, should I say. My board is very restricted, just about everywhere. There's not many places to play at all. Potentially a bonus may be playable under LALAEN, but it would have to be a rather precise word. Maybe starting with TRE or such like, or DRE, making lad and bar and ENE. Rafa's just playing D, E, G, which is restricting the board even more. With a rack leave of C, A, and E and a 105-point lead. There's only 5 tiles in the bag now, so Ahmed needs a miracle, especially with a rack of 2 S's, M, D, P, O, I, and no letters to play through for an 8th letter word. So all Ahmed can do is try to set up an opening and bonus out his final place, but it still won't be enough to take the game from Rafa. Crackle suggesting SIMP under DEG, making ENES and GI, again to give a second opening and give Ahmed a very faint chance of getting back in the game. I had missed Ahmed's play, but I can see it now. It's just pluralized Pogey and AY to score something like 18 points. And still have a 87-point deficit with 4 in the bag. So Rafa's probably going to play something like CUE, making Degu in the bottom right-hand corner and leaving 1 in the bag to ensure victory. Best play according to Crackle is EAU above TA on the top left of the board, making ETA. It's not particularly an inspirational move, but it's just doing what needs to be done, really. My play of QCUE is seen as the 5th best move, but does give further openings. And so it's got a valuation of minus 5.3 compared to plus 5.8 for EAU. If EAU's played, the leave is CONE, which is strong for a potential bonus for Rafa playing out his final move of the game. Whereas my leave with Q would be AENO, which isn't as strong. The 4 tiles in the bag are BEIL. Obviously, Rafa doesn't know that. He's just aware of the 11 tiles that he can't see, which are the 7 on Ahmed's rack plus 4 in the tile bag. Sounds like Rafa has made his move. And he's just played an O in the bottom left-hand corner, further frustrating the board, making IO and TO, and ensuring that if Ahmed wants to play from the S in the bottom corner, the second letter has got to be in N, of which there aren't any left, besides the one on Rafa's rack. So Rafa has a 95-point lead. It's Ahmed's play. There's 3 tiles in the bag, and Ahmed's rack is MDSPOIA, which doesn't look bonusy to me. If Ahmed had a U instead of the A, it would be podiums. No, I don't think podiums is good, because the plural of podium, will be podia. No, just being told podiums is good. Some of these words don't make sense. If I'd have thought podia was the plural of podiums, but sometimes they have different meanings. I've just seen that podia or podiums are both acceptable, and podium is a verb, which means if you can sort of get on the medal table, on the being awarded a medal, say in Olympic Games or any other. I've missed Ahmed's play, but he's played ID, making exit in the bottom mid-left portion. So Rafa's got a 78-point lead, and there's 7 tiles on both of their racks. Seems Rafa must have made another move, which I can't see why. God. He's just played the C above about, making cut for 11 points. So Rafa's emptied the bag, and Ahmed's got one chance to go out with a bonus to be anywhere near with a chance. I think a bonus would come up just short, but with BMPOAES, there's not going to be one. The best scoring play is Pose on 14D, which is under Ricottas, making OP and exits, etc. Ahmed may go for Hail Mary with nothing to lose and try to go out with a bonus that there isn't there with those letters. I don't know how you could make up a bonus. A couple of scores have come in from round 6. Lewis Mackay's beat Terry Kirk by 70 points, so Lewis is on 3 wins out of 6 and will need a good run of wins to get into the top placings. Chris Spickery's beaten Paul Coyle, scoring 5-12 to be on 3-3 also. At the top, Phil Robertshaw gone to the top with a 5-1 record, beating Rick Blakeway 4-9-8 to 3-3-1. Going above Rick Kennedy on spread, Rick has beat Diane Pretisi by 19 points. So Ahmed's using all his time to see if there is an elusive bonus here. Do we know how much time Ahmed's got there, please, Jess? Ahmed's got 5 minutes. It's his time to use however he wishes, but however hard he looks, there's not going to be a magic play. Ahmed's played and scored 29 points. He's played ASP, making exits, and DAP. Rafa had a very valley rack and played EINA above TA at the top of the board for ETA, ETA. Not quite sure what ETA stands for, but we know it has estimated time of arrival. Ahmed can play out above it with MOB, meaning mobile phone, for 30 points. So Rafa's given him a bit of a parting gift there. So Rafa's ran out our winner 420 to Ahmed 388, a margin of 32. So now for the players, it's dinner time, and for me up here in Sunderland, and Jessica too, and I believe we'll see Game 7 at 7:20 p.m.